Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Good morning.
Good morning, breadheads. Welcome to another episode of Think Fresh Podcast.
Think fresh in the building. It is 3:30 in the afternoon. I don't know why I said good morning.
That's okay, dude. It's always time for breakfast for me. Every meal.
Every
I,
meal is like your first, right? You
I
always got to
literally
treat it
made
like your
like,
first.
dude, tenderly and
Yeah.
carefully. But I did have a breakfast burrito for lunch, homemade. There was a time in my life where I ate breakfast for dinner many nights. Something about a fried egg before bed just I don't know, it just gets the body in the right mood.
Dude, 100%. When guys live alone, you know, a fried egg is a staple. Like it's going on top of any of your meals, or you can eat it by itself. It's really like the perfect companion on those cold nights by yourself.
Mhm. And I think what's special for the single guy about the breakfast is that the fried egg has like a couple ways to cook it, and they're all pretty obvious. Toast can only be made one way. Bacon, one way. Ham and sausage, one way. Hash browns, two ways, cubed or shredded. It's your options are limited, but through those combinations, you can create a whole bunch of different breakfasts. And I think that limitation is why guys, single guys in particular, love breakfast for every meal. And it's the same reason, Eric, that they love Subway.
So many combinations, Ty. You're right. I mean, the egg itself can be cooked many a way. It can be cooked at different temperatures, different durations. You can
hmm
do the same egg, but cook it in two different styles and end up with the same result. Like the fried egg, for example, you can blast it at like max temperature in like a bunch of oil, or
hmm
you can use butter and kind of like slow fry it, you know?
Yeah. So much to explore. And all men just want to get really good at niche things. And I think cooking an egg is one of those things that objectively every man
Mhm.
cares about.
Dude, a healthy relationship is Bae cooks, but the man has like one specialty dish. It's like usually steak or eggs or steak and eggs.
I do love to see a non trad relationship where the barbecue isn't the man's only proficiency. You know, when the woman knows her way around the grill, or a man has a cool party trick in the kitchen beyond frying a steak, that always makes me excited. I say, wow, that is a really fulfilling relationship that they must have, that they create space for each other to experiment like that.
So hot. I love when couples create space for each other.
Me too.
What is your specialty, Ty? Obviously, you're sick with the fried eggs, but do you have another kind of like wicked loadout you like to go with in the kitchen?
Yeah, dude, my secret sauce is indeed a sauce. I am a master of cashews. I can turn a cashew into any meal. It can be a
Hmm.
dressing, it can be a sauce, it can be an entree, it can be a protein, it can be a snack. Dude, I
Wow.
can crumble it into a crouton. I'm a wizard with the nut.
You've truly unlocked all the powers of the cashew nut, and you've been able to apply it in a million different ways.
hmm It is astounding what one nut can do.
Dude, one nut can change your world, that's for sure.
Well, dude, one that can, yeah, it can change your life for sure.
Mhm.
What's your freaky little talent, Eric?
Oh man, my freaky little talent is knowing exactly when to pull the pasta out of the water without a timer.
That is a good skill. So
I never
I've been
ever,
trying to.
and sorry, I
You're
never ever turn on the iPhone timer. It's just pure vibes. Everything actually when I create pasta is just vibes. I don't like do any measurements, nothing. It's a Picasso painting. I'm flicking paint at the wall.
penny at the wall, my friend. Eric, I do the exact same thing. It's all based off of intuition, and because I think making pasta is the same instincts as using like navigation through a city. If you rely on GPS, you'll never learn to trust your instincts. So you'll never develop that intuition. With pasta, it's the
Hmm.
same thing. If you always measure the amount of the serving of size of the spaghetti, if you're always like boiling the water to a specific temperature, timing the noodle. You're cooked. You're the one that's cooked, my friend.
Might as well hop into that boiling water, dude, because
Mhm.
we're serving you up for lunch.
Do you have any trade secrets you want to share with the breadheads?
um, yeah, I'll think of some tips. First one is to always take the noodles out or the pasta out prior, like sooner than you think. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you feel like you want to give it a 30 more seconds, don't. Just pull it out 30 seconds early. And by the time you toss it in some sauce and plate it, it'll keep cooking and it'll get to the perfect al dente kind of, consistency like before you take your first bite. So like it doesn't cook only in the water, it cooks from water to plate as well.
That's a good point. Do we always cooking at Think Fresh podcast? And I I struggle to hit the al dente note. Like I usually run it too soft, unfortunately. Or
You're
there's
probably
a
pulling it out right on time. That's why.
yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot. But if I do try to pursue the al dente approach, I'll need to go see an al dentist because it comes out too firm.
Yeah, dude, your al dente practice needs some work. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll need to lock in on that. Well, that's a
hmm
good tip. I agree. I agree completely, and it's something we can all practice at home.
hmm
Is better timing.
Also, this is my one of my favorite party tricks, Ty. I like to dump an insane amount of salt in the water before I start boiling. Like that thing is fucking. I just looking at it, my lips pucker up. That's how salty I make
We
it.
wow. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I do you find that it changes the flavor profile of the noodle to Pacific Ocean that thing, or if I have a
we're
freshwater
going
pasta, is it kind of the same vibe?
we're going full Dead Sea, Ty. Like anything I toss in that water is floating to the top.
Wow.
That's right. But yeah, dude, pasta is, I gotta say, and also like I think another one that all men have the perfect intuition for, and I don't like that the stereotype says otherwise, but it's a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
for some reason
Mm-hmm.
we've
Mm-hmm.
assigned women
Mm-hmm.
to be our sandwich makers, but I've never had a male created sandwich worse than a woman's, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No, you're
whenever
absolutely right.
my boy makes a sandwich for me, it's fire, bro.
Dude, the make me a sandwich trope is so stupid for this reason alone.
hmm
Dudes make great sandwiches. When you go to a mom and pop sandwich shop and there's just like this skinny tatted dude in a hairnet behind the counter, you know he's just gonna like create magic.
yeah. 100%, dude. He's gonna put on the cape. Not all heroes wear them, but this one does, Ty, and he's gonna whip you up the best sandwich I've ever seen. Triple
Mm-hmm.
meat,
So
all the good stuff.
I think the like the meat play a huge role because I know this is maybe a counterintuitive perspective coming from me, Eric, but a sandwich at the end of the day is taking meat, which is the core thing you want to consume, and then wrapping it up delicately in things that make the meat one easy to hold, or two build on the flavor profile that exists.
hmm
So the
Yeah.
meat is the heart of the sandwich.
hmm You're absolutely right. And one thing that often isn't talked about enough is how the meat gets chewed or the meat gets bitten off. Because, like, if you think about it, like, have you ever had a sandwich that's just like, I don't know, maybe you haven't, but salami is just like layered across, and then you take a bite and you pull all of the meat out, or like
Mm-hmm.
you just like pull all the prosciutto out, dude. That's got to stop. Like we got to craft our sandwiches, and I think most men do this in a way where if you take a bite, the bite kind of starts and stops in the same spot. You're not pulling out the tomato, you're not pulling out the prosciutto.
Dude, yes, it's the same problem with my tomato sandwiches too. The whole slice is coming with it. Here's the thing. At a certain point, we stopped prioritizing a clean cut and we went for a cold cut. And I think we've strayed too far from that tenet that a sandwich is wrapping meat to be easy to hold, easy to eat, and complement the meat.
It's all about complementing the meat. Am I right?
Exactly. So I'm sure there's like some folding techniques used in more up highbrow handheld establishments that could ensure that each bite is the perfect chew. Maybe we need to watch some tutorials. Maybe we need to show our sandwich artist some tutorials. Before you can construct my sandwich today, will you watch this video on this iPad?
Yeah, dude, it's kind of like when you have to watch like a 10-minute video before you go go-karting or something. It's like, here's how it works. It's like, no,
Yeah.
dude, I need you to know, I need you to have at least this LinkedIn certificate to like be able to make my sandwich.
Mm-hmm. 100%. I want to see the sandwich artist LinkedIn profile and maybe criminal record.
Yeah. Wow. Um, Ty, switching gears a little bit, I do have some very bad news.
Oh, oh no, Eric,
This has
what
been,
happened?
honestly, Ty, it's been a rough 24 hours for me personally. And I don't know if I can go much further without kind of looping you in. I feel bad that you are seemingly unaware of kind of what's going on right now in the world. But you can get Aesop at Costco now.
Oh, dude, I heard about this. I heard about this, Eric. This weighs heavy on my soul as well. It doesn't
What do
make
we
any
do?
sense. What do we
this
do?
is this is clearly the L'Oreal effect, Ty.
Yeah.
Big business has kind of squashed the boutique, luxury boutique kind of principles that Aesop has. And unfortunately, it looks like you're able to buy a 2-pack hand wash or a 2-pack body wash,
Mm-hmm.
um, body cleanser, excuse me, at Costco, which is not great, honestly. I don't love that
No,
I'm going to be sharing the same kind of apothecary as somebody who shops at Costco.
this sucks so bad because I think the deal. Last I saw, the deal on them is insane too. Like it's extremely cheap. It's like 50%
Yeah,
off to buy it.
I know. Yeah, you pretty much get 2 for 1. But I think this is actually going to begin an interesting kind of scent class war,
Mm-hmm.
because from what I can gather, it looks like only the kind of the top two scents are available to buy at Costco, and that is the
Mm-hmm.
geranium leaf and one other one, like the bergamot rind or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if I remember correctly, my go-to scent, the coriander seed, is not available at Costco as far as I can tell. So as long as I keep buying my scent, people will be using my bathroom and they'll check it. They'll check the label, be like, "Oh fuck, he didn't get this at Costco. He paid double for this one."
That's true. And well, what you are then like signaling to a very niche amount of people. The the mainstream people, like here's the challenge here, because you're gonna have all these people that have now elevated their bathroom game. Maybe they don't have your niche scent, but they still are playing in the same field. They think they're in the same league as you. And
Mhm.
granted, they are. The cost to entry just dropped so much and the access to it dropped so much. They don't have to navigate
Mhm.
a weird social conversation with a shopkeep in order to like make a purchase. They can just ring it through with their bulk almond milk. And
Yeah, they're scanning the the dried mango instead of the Aesop, so they're actually kind of stealing it. It's kind of
yeah,
crazy.
this is going to increase supply so much, or like perceived supply. Like to me, the
Mhm.
brand equity is just tanked immediately.
I know, dude. It's gonna flood the market. You're gonna be going to your in-laws' house, and you're gonna like look in their bathroom. And it's like, oh fuck, they got the Aesop now. What happened? It's like,
Yeah,
well,
I'll say I like your hand soap, and they'll say I got it at Costco.
I think as a sign of protest, Ty, all Think Fresh listeners need to go to their parents-in-law's bathroom and dump it out. Just dump
Hmm.
the Aesop in the toilet.
Yeah, 100%. They
Fuck.
must. I don't know if they made too many. If L'Oreal's
Mhm.
pumping up their production, I don't know what's going on, but it's concerning, Eric. And
Mhm.
the worst part about it is this would be. I'm just finishing up a bottle right now, so it's the perfect time to pivot to an even higher tier of hand soap in order to distance myself from everyone
Mhm.
else. But like, what are my options right now? I have to go research this, and I can't buy Lalabo because that's American made, and we're in a trade war.
Yeah, dude, you can't have the like made in Manhattan scent or whatever.
Damn, it's pretty unfortunate that it's just terrible timing for these tariffs.
I know, dude. Tariff taketh and tariff tooketh, Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Um
So maybe we should talk about that. Actually, what are we doing about these tariffs? What's Subway doing? Wait, is America friend or foe goal at this point?
dude, America's always focal. Yeah, great question. I actually did some kind of research on this, Ty, and I believe Subway is American. So this is what we have to do, which is also like the bad news never stops in, the last days of the Trudeau government. But
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have to switch to Mr. Sub.
Is Mr. Sub the Canadian cousin of Subway?
Yes, Mr. Sub is from Toronto, and I think that means we need to change this podcast to be Mr. Fresh.
Dude, I'm down because uh, I don't think I've ever eaten at Mr. Sub. I've obviously seen their locations, but maybe until this tariff war ends, we should be a Mr. Fresh podcast. And in just we have to represent the great state of Canada. We have to make sure that we
Hmm.
protect our sovereign interests.
I know, dude. Fuck. Like, not only will Subway just skyrocket in price,
Mm.
like if you ever wanted the $5 full income back, that ship has sailed, bro. Like we're looking at like $15, $20 foot long now. That's my
Oh, for
prediction.
sure, dude. Yeah, because here's what happened. All of those vegetables went from Mexico into America and then to Canada. Double tariffs. You're getting double tariffs on that double meat.
Wow, yeah. I guess everyone's getting fucked. So even Americans are probably paying more for the kind of standard foot long.
Mm-hmm, more than
The
likely.
foot long mean price.
Uh, yeah, dude. And I
Damn,
think it's
man.
going to hit, I think, unfortunately, it'll hit the red states the hardest because the vegetables are free. So California is fine. It's all of
Mm,
those Philly cheesesteaks, the tuna, the meat and cheese, cold
hmm.
cuts. Those are
You're
those
telling
are.
me
Oh, we cut each other off. The deli meats. That's so East Coast, and that's where the price of
Hmm.
the sandwich starts.
Yeah, I guess so. You're telling me that the Rust Belt doesn't grow their own tomatoes?
I don't know what they're growing down there anymore. Ever since, um, ever since corn was invented, nothing makes sense.
Hmm. Okay, Ty, all hope might not be lost. And I think we should probably do a Think Fresh field trip pretty soon to Mr. Sub. I'm looking at their menu right now, and it might be fine. It's very similar to Subway. Um, and to be honest, it looks like they're kind of more down to earth in their offerings. There's no fucking tikka masala sub. There's no what else does Subway do? Like
You
sweet
know,
teriyaki? None of that shit.
they don't. You tell me they don't have a pizza sandwich?
No, I think what they're doing is like kind of more like North American bodega style sandwiches. So I'm looking at the premium subs. There's Louisiana pepper chicken, steak and cheese, familiar.
Mm-hmm.
The Ultimate Club, which has turkey, ham, roast beef, bacon, and then some other stuff. We got a signature section, buffalo chicken, chicken parm, Canadian Club, grilled chicken, spicy
Mm-hmm.
breaded chicken. There's meatless. There's a black bean
Meatless.
Tex-Mex one. Have you seen that?
Oh hell yeah, that sounds
Black bean
delicious.
bites.
BBB.
And then a meatless meatball.
Oh, dude, I'll tap that for sure. This is crazy, man. Like, I'm looking at the photos of the inside of Mr. Sub. Turns out there's only one location in Vancouver, and it just looks like AI generated Subway. Like everything is the same but
Yeah,
different.
totally. It's like it's kind of like a Mandela effect. It's like I've seen this before somewhere, and it's
Hmm.
triggering like a PTSD kind of fight or flight response.
Even like if you asked like DALL-E or Chat GPT to generate Sandwich Shop, they would give it the name Mr. Sub. They would make it look the logo look like this thing.
Yeah. Ty, there's two protein packed subs that I want to get on your radar.
Okay.
First one is an albacore tuna sub.
Whoa,
I think,
highbrow.
yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. We should probably try this for the pod. And then the second
Hmm.
one is the seafood sub, which just says it's chopped seafood and mayo.
Nope, stay away from that one at all costs.
Yeah, that one has an asterisk next to it, actually. I don't know why.
Dude, there's so
Oh,
many red flags pinging in my brain right now. The chopped seafood sandwich.
it just says not available at all locations. So false
Uh,
alarm.
okay.
But
Albacore
yeah,
tuna though sounds
where is
fire.
the I agree. I think it might be safer bet than the Subway tuna.
Yeah.
Um, where is the location in Vancouver?
Random location, Broadway and Renfrew.
Oh God! So
Yeah.
we gotta drive like 20 minutes to go to it then.
Dude, yeah, we're basically gonna have to fly there.
Okay,
Whew.
so this could be a
Okay.
Friday. This could be a Friday outing. I think.
I think it's gonna have to be because that is far too far for us to just swing by there. Mr. Sub might have the advantage of Alberta raised beef, but the disadvantage of only one location. The cost of convenience is high.
Hmm. Yeah, the cost is very high. Huh. Well,
Huh. All
yeah,
right. Well,
two
this is a
eight
good
eight
option,
five Broadway.
dude. This is
Interesting.
this is how we will solve the how we will do our part in this trade war, Eric. We'll just every decision comes with a cost, right? And
Hmm.
sometimes we got to make sacrifices for our little country.
Hmm. Yeah, we gotta boycott all the American shit. That means no more Budweiser. How does that feel?
It feels bad, but thank God Guinness is Irish.
Yeah, I know. I had the same thought. I was like, thank fuck.
Thank God it's
Um,
not the summertime, when the Bud Lights are flowing.
yeah, true. Um, isn't Bud, isn't it brewed in BC? Or is that, did I just make that up?
No, it is. It's brewed in the interior. It
Yeah. So if you buy it from like a BC liquor store, does that kind of ship direct from the brewery or does it cross the border twice?
I don't think it's crossing the border. I think that's a local product, technically, thank goodness. But it is weird. Like, we have like so many American companies that have shop here. How does that work? Like, Microsoft office is downtown. That's not a Canadian company.
Yeah, the Rivian office is downtown as well.
Hmm. Oh, that's one huge advantage of this tariff war, Eric, is maybe we'll finally see a few less Teslas in Vancouver.
Oh, 100%, dude.
This is
100%.
so exciting for like I bet like Volkswagen has been in dire straits these last few years. They're probably stoked right now.
Hmm. Yeah, the e-Golf. But what
Hmm.
about I thought Teslas were manufactured in Mexico or like some of them were and I'm sure like some of them are made in Canada as well. Does that
Maybe
ring a bell?
Mexican labor is assembling them. I believe that, but I always assumed it was New Mexico, Eric. Either way, it's the desert.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Tesla's one of those companies where I wouldn't be surprised if there's just warehouses and factories like everywhere. So they don't have to like
Hmm.
ship cars from like Detroit, because that would be pretty expensive. And so many people are buying them. So it saves cost, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a pretty big
Let's
thing to
see.
airmail overnight shipping on that.
Where are Teslas manufactured? United States, China, Germany, and Canada. Hi.
Oh, oh, well, maybe it is a
So,
local product.
yep, there is a gigafactory in Toronto.
Interesting. Toronto's
So,
got it all.
but I guess like this is actually going to be a complicated equation because I'm assuming like not all parts are made. in the same place? Like, don't things kind of fly in from all over? Like, you got to do a separate calculation on those things, and then eventually that'll make its way into the MSRP.
No, you're absolutely right. So they probably will just charge you more rather than sell you half a Tesla.
Yeah.
But I actually think Subway would do the opposite. They would just sell you half a sandwich. They would say, sorry, no black olives, no lettuce, no green peppers, no cucumbers, no salami until
Yeah.
further notice.
Hmm.
But you know what? At Subway, with those constraints come opportunities.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can make a black olive sandwich.
Yeah, like what we posted to our Instagram account last week. Go check that out.
Yeah. Yeah. And Subway's not afraid to kind of pull the plug on a single ingredient. Like, at one of our local Subways, the so called lettuce shortage
Hmm.
affected not much. Like, they had a
Dude,
lettuce shortage poster, but I still got it on my sandwich that day.
yeah, I'll risk the E. coli. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. As long as it's not from Mexico, that's the only place I don't want my lettuce from because real breadheads know that's where I almost died.
Yeah, no, we need to stop eating the leafy greens from Mexico. Everyone's concerned
Hmm.
about Fent coming across the border, but I'm concerned about romaine.
Fent or fennel, Ty? You choose your villain.
Yeah. Honestly, though, whenever lettuce is not on the menu, it's kind of a exciting because I'm only adding it because I feel guilty not having it. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
can't get the lettuce. Oh well.
Yeah, true. I would honestly encourage all listeners to forego the lettuce next time. Try for something new. Like, let the other ingredients kind of speak up. Because, like, it's kind of like when you have that one loud fat bitch in class who always puts her hand up and just won't shut up. That's lettuce. You know what I
That is
mean? No one,
lettuce.
no one else can get a word in.
Yeah, dude, let us speak. Let
Yeah,
us
dude.
speak up.
When that
Well,
one chick has a sick day and then everyone else is like contributing to the class, like
mhm.
that's a great day.
The vibes are totally different. And not only that, Eric, it's a cold, long February, and I principally don't believe we should be consuming anything related to salads this month.
Hmm. Yeah, you've been pretty vocal about that, but I don't know. There's a reason the winter salad exists, Ty.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that. But when there's snow on the ground, there's carby, cheesy burgers in my hand, cups of bowls of soup in my lap.
That's right. It is bulking season. Ty and I are drinking multiple cups of milk per day.
Hmm.
It's been good. How's that going for you, by the way? Are you, how many cups?
Oh yeah. So Eric's not joking. We have been milking full time this week. I feel like the runt of the litter, Eric, just trying to get my mouth on a teat, just to have a few lapses of milk throughout my busy day. But you just go
Yeah,
to the
bro.
fridge, just pour a quick half cup and slam it and walk away.
Hmm.
Whatever it takes
Hmm.
to just get that dairy in the system.
Hmm. Yeah, dude. I've been frosting mugs in my freezer just ready for my pint of milk every day. And I gotta say, dude, it's honestly such a treat to close out kind of the end of dry January with a nice cold glass of white.
Hmm. For me, it feels good just to get away from the nut juice. I said my superpower is cashews at the beginning of this episode, but I need to diversify my portfolio of dairy. So I'm
Hmm.
trying to eat more regular 2%. So a splash of it in the pasta sauce, frothed a latte this morning. I'm trying as many unconventional ways as possible to get that dairy in my stomach.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right. Cow milk just froths differently, compared to
Hmm.
almond or oat.
Way differently, way better. I get why it is the OG.
Yeah, dude. There's no doubt that they had access to oats before cows, right? And they're
Hmm.
like, nah, fuck it.
This is works way better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great, man. Well, I've been downing 2 cartons of protein shake a day. They're like single servings, but
Mm.
Yeah, that's like 60 grams total, just kind of like on top of my usual food, which makes me feel heavier, but better. I feel
Yeah,
stronger.
dude. I believe it. You and Drake have always been protein, that's for sure.
Certified protein lovers right here. That's right.
That's right. That's
Um,
right. Oh
yeah,
man,
dude.
that's an excellent segue to this conversation I needed to have with you about the Grammys, Eric.
Oh yeah, please. This is your last episode where you can talk about that, so let's make it count.
Okay, I have two very important points to share with you. The first one, there was a very nice moment during the show. I know you didn't watch the show, so I'll try to describe it best I can. Where the Los Angeles Fire Department chief was brought on stage to announce an award, and behind him was a whole precinct of firefighters. And
What was the award? Hottest single?
nice. I think it was actually album of the year, a pretty big accolade.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. So the firefighter opens with the strangest sentence. He says, standing behind me today are heroes and sheroes.
Oh no. Damn, dude.
Dude,
Damn.
isn't that wild?
In Trump's America too. That's unreal,
I
dude.
know they're reinforcing the two gender policy.
Not just that, but they're kind of like leaning into the whole diversity thing, which was a major critique of like why everything kind of went to shit. At
Mm-hmm.
least early on. I don't know if that's still the case, but people initially were like, damn, if they didn't focus so much on hiring a female director, then they could
Mm.
have probably put out some of the fires.
Right, right. The war on DEI.
Yeah. So would you
Yeah.
say
So,
that he's taking a stance for or against kind of
dude,
the
I
policy of
have
the day?
no idea. This sentence just caught me so off guard as a viewer at home. I don't know how the audience reacted, but it it just he didn't need to invent this word. you know,
Hmm.
he could have just said heroes. We would have all understood he's talking about women too. But it did then
So
made me realize, can a hero only be a man or a
I don't
sub?
know. I don't know, man. Who did the camera kind of pan to as he made that comment? Did it pan over to like Jada Smith or Will Smith?
Dude, Jaden Smith had the craziest outfit on. He was wearing a house on his head.
I did see that. I did see the house, and that's actually a I don't know. I don't want to get this wrong. It's like Versace or some brand. Did they say it? Because it was part of their like couture collection. It was like straight
hmm
off the runway. The head house hat.
Yeah, dude, I think I've seen this in a few fashion blog pics from the runway. I
Yeah.
also there's like some references to like William Defoe wearing this thing.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
what I'm referencing. Yeah.
yeah, but I think what he was doing was he was making a statement about all the houses that burnt down. Is my guess by putting it on
Got
his
it.
head.
Okay.
He's like home is where the head is.
Damn, Jaden. What would we do without Jaden Smith, dude?
I
Like,
don't know.
what was that famous quote of his where he was like, um, it's like I don't want to like participate in this small talk. We're not even talking about the state of the economy right now or something. You remember that?
Yeah,
What a
dude, it's
fucking
so funny
dickhead.
because like he's kind of like adding salt to your sandwich at the very end, like does nothing for the sandwich, but maybe just a little extra punch,
Dude, you're so
something a
right.
little fun.
I always add salt and pepper to my footlong, and I've never once like noticed it.
It's just making you a little worse. It's making the
Yeah,
world a little
exactly.
worse.
My heart health notices it, but not my taste buds, unfortunately.
hmm Wow. So that was the first thing that was important to discuss with you about the Grammys. And the second one was how Kendrick Lamar managed to get 5 Grammys for his diss track, Eric. A diss track won Song of the Year. Eric, 13,000 voting members of the Academy decided that it was okay to celebrate a song that dissed another artist and called them a pedophile with no backing, no substance to back it up. This is blowing my mind all week.
I can tell. I can tell this has been troubling you, Ty. And what about it exactly is kind of causing you so much stress? Because in my mind, it was like we all kind of saw this coming. Like we knew he was going to pick up best rap song at the very minimum, um, best rap performance maybe. But I don't know. What do you think is really going on here? Is the Academy kind of happy that Drake's been critical of the Grammys? Are they just kind of like throwing salt on the wound, no pun intended, to kind of like really just boost Kendrick Lamar even more?
It does feel like the powers that be all want to blacklist Drake from the industry. They don't want him around, you know?
No friends in the industry.
No, quite literally. So I feel like this song, this Not Like Us is like, it's a fine track. It's mids at best, kind of annoying at worst. And I
It's
just
definitely gotten annoying.
like there's been so many great songs this year that could have covered that, but they're giving it to Kendrick as a statement, saying like, Drake, you are not welcome in this industry. We don't care about all of the bangers you put out of the like they've forgotten so much about what Drake did with Take Care. And
Hmm,
and the
hmm.
crazy thing is, like, everyone's in the audience, Eric. They're all chanting like certified pedophile, certified pedophile. It's just like, how are we all celebrating this? It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
make any sense. We're bullying this man. He's a softie.
Hmm.
He's got a gentle mental.
Yeah, dude. Be careful how you talk about Drake. He could go into hiding for a month. But I also noticed Taylor Swift was very excited for Kendrick in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen multiple clips now of her where she's kind of dancing like a GTA stripper. She's kind of just
Yeah,
like
dude.
rocking her hips and like,
Similar outfit too.
yeah, exactly. And it's kind of just like, I don't know, it looks like a bot just in general. So I don't know what's up with her. Is the Tesla bot that advanced where it can take your place at the Grammys?
Dude, if you like think about like her, or think about like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg or Kanye, all of these people at a certain billionaire status, you just start emoting like a Sims character. Like they're all just like so robotic in their gestures now. I don't know
Yeah,
why
dude.
your net worth causes that, but I think that's the connection. It has to be.
Hmm.
All billionaires do it. Look at
Yeah,
Tim
dude.
Cook. Look at Jeff. Look at even Jay-Z has gotten more like stocky and slow moving in recent years. If you've seen any of his performances, very robotic.
Yeah, definitely. Um, that's probably from Beyonce kind of like beating his ass, or Solange, either one. But I found what Drake said about the Grammys, and I don't know when this was posted, but it was on his story.
Mm,
And he said, I think we should stop allowing ourselves to be shocked every year by the disconnect between impactful music and these awards, and just accept that what was once the highest form of recognition may no longer matter to the artists that exist now and the ones that come after. So,
yeah,
pretty heavy words by the certified lover boy.
yeah, true. But it also kind of feels like he's hating from outside the club, country, and continent.
Mm, that is true. You do have to. I think this is why people are critical of it, is because like you kind of have to play the game that the Academy wants you to play. Like
Hmm.
I think low key you have to kind of do the Apple ad. You know what I mean? You got to say yes to the Apple Vision Pro
Hmm.
ad, and you got to like, I don't know, do the Spotify fucking sponsored post once in a while. It's like you got to do these small things that the CEOs are looking for, and you got to
Hmm.
kind of kiss the ring a little bit. And once you get to a certain level, or a certain like point in your like mental health, like Kanye, where you just kind of reject everything. It's like Kanye is
Hmm.
never going to win another Grammy, even if he makes the best music of his life, just because he's
Yeah,
like pissed off way too many Jewish people.
100%. It's
you
so
know?
crazy that you like spend your whole professional life rising the ranks of the music industry. You get the NPR Tiny Desk concert. Then next thing you know it, you're doing like a special Spotify playlist. You're working your way up there.
Yeah, you're hosting SNL.
Yeah, exactly. You're doing the rounds. And
Yeah, man.
then you throw it all away to return to art. And this is why everyone's jealous of Jaden Smith, because he started at that point. He threw it all away from age 7.
Yeah. He's the first toddler to get canceled.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
Dude,
amazing.
he never had to go through his do a collab song with Ed Sheeran era.
Yeah, dude, exactly. But meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar he's done the Taylor Swift song, right?
It's true.
So there you go. Like, I don't know. I think it's all just like a club, like a little. I don't know what it's not a boys' club, but it's like a just a club where you gotta kind of let people know that they're the boss. You know,
hmm
who is the Academy? I tried to find this out. You can't even like search who it is. Like, it's a bunch of executives and like washed artists, I'm guessing, but you can't get anyone's name except for like a few people who are like voted in.
It's all locked down. It's easier to find the directory of FBI employees than it is to find the Academy members.
Yeah, dude, it's
These
easier
are
to unsheath the Epstein list.
yeah, these are the real Freemasons. This group.
Yeah, dude. So like,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's not like you can even form an opinion on it. It's like it's just the information is not there, so I can't trust it.
Yeah, that's interesting because the Weeknd's critique of the Academy, and they even brought this up on stage this year, was that there's not enough transparency in the entire award process. So
Yeah,
they made a promise for more transparency, but
interesting.
this is a good place to start. It's kind of like this is like the nutritional facts of accolades. We need to know what's
hmm
what's in this stuff. What's in the meat here?
Yeah, dude. As soon as you see the calorie count kind of get posted on the sneeze guard, that means things are changing for the better.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
damn. Hopefully.
Yeah, but you're right. Performing at the Grammys is another one of the kind of check boxes I've noticed. It's like if you're performing, then there's a way higher chance you're going to win something. So who performed
hmm
this year? I know The Weeknd did, and Playboy Cardi, you said, but who else?
Oh, all the usual suspects. The trifecta of Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, and Charlie XCX all showed up
Oh,
for
dude,
their.
yeah.
Yeah. The Charlie
Of
show
course,
was weird AF.
they all cleaned up. I'm assuming as well, right?
Oh yeah, lots of awards to each of those. Uh, Doechii won a couple awards, and I've been listening to that album that she had quite a bit. It's such a banger, so very well deserved.
Who is that?
Tampa-based rapper. She's her album "Alligators Never Bite" came out
Oh,
not a few months ago, and dude, it is so good. You got to go give that a listen.
okay,
She's
okay.
really
I'll give it a
deserving of that
listen.
album and that award. What
Yeah.
else was on stage? Not too much beyond that. That was that memorable.
So many like I maybe it's just that nothing came out last year, but like I don't know, I just found it so hard to recognize most of the albums or like bodies of work that were nominated and won. Like I know
hmm
the names, like I know Billie Eilish, Charlie XCX, Chappell Roan, which I just learned about like a couple months ago. Like who the
hmm
fuck is that? But also like everything else, it's like no other artists like ring a bell even. Am I
No,
washed?
you're right. No, I feel this way every time the Coachella lineup comes out, dude.
Yeah, true. Damn, we're just
I'm
getting
just
old.
like every year I'm like, okay, which one's Peso Puma again?
Yeah, dude. It's like the artists I actually like, their font gets smaller somehow. It's like, wait,
What
I
is
thought
going
they
on
were
with that?
big. You
Dude,
telling
that is the
me Jelly
universal
Roll's
sign you're
bigger?
washed. It doesn't make any sense. Jelly Roll is bigger than everyone,
Yeah.
objectively.
Yeah, quite literally, he's XL, I would say.
Yeah. And every time I see him, I like if I squint, he looks. I'm like, is that Post Malone? Oh, no, it's Jelly Roll.
Yeah, exactly. Like he looks like Post Malone inside one of those like mirror mazes where it kind of distorts you.
Yeah, dude, he looks like if you ordered Post Malone off Timu.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Um, yeah, and who else? Sabrina Carpenter. That's one there. That's like the name always pops up, and I'm sure I've heard a song or two here and there, but just kind of never really crossed my desk in a meaningful way.
That's fair. You don't really run in. You run in a different circle of carpenters. You're with the blue collar boys in the line at Subway.
That's right, baby. I'm wearing my high vis, I'm wearing my work boots, my steel toes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting down to business.
Mm-hmm. The hard hat isn't even coming off for lunch because this guy is committed to the grind.
That's right. That's just one repetition that I don't need.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, amazing.
Well,
Beautiful, Ty. Well, thanks for the overview. I really needed it. I did a quick Google, but it wasn't working out for me. I needed you to kind of walk me through it all.
well, we'll always have boots on the ground for any award show that is deserving of this podcast. I think the Grammys still are deserving of having a conversation about because there's still something weird and wonderful happening there that has like a ripple effect on our culture, whether we want it to or not.
Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty easy to dismiss it entirely, which is kind of what I do. But I don't know. You're right in that it's at the very least interesting that so many people are like bought into it, and so many people still see it as like their kind of like North Star in terms of like recognition. Makes sense, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, for some people.
Yeah, it does. All like if I was a musician, my Grammy would be an opportunity to sit down with Rick Rubin, and that's it.
Hell yeah, dude. Sit down in the
We should
stew
have,
with Rick. Fuck
dude. We should
yeah.
get Rick in this stew, dude.
Yeah.
Talk to him about the other Rubens.
Dude, the podcast name's already kind of locked and loaded for that. We just need to
Easy,
hit
yeah.
publish.
Damn.
Lovely. Well, Ty, that kind of covers everything I had in mind, but if we're going for 47 minutes, we should
Wow.
wrap her up.
Let's do it. Breadheads, thank you for listening. As always, um, we appreciate you. That's all
Yeah.
I got.
You did. All right, bro. Well, talk to you later. Ciao.
Ciao.